Cesarean section, yes, that's why I'm looking at it like this, because once you hear cesarean section, your hand go, God forbid, it's not my portion. So whose portion is now cesarean section? Is it that cesarean section has become something that once you just hear, you say, no, I'm not doing, it's not part of my portion in life? But cesarean section can actually be a life-saving procedure. As a matter of fact, there was this woman, her name is Ines Ramirez. She's not Nigerian, but for the sake of this video, we are going to call her Ine. Now, Ine was pregnant. While she was pregnant, she noticed that, time to born this baby have reached, and the husband was nowhere to be found. The people say he was in town, he was doing something, and their town is actually very far from the hospital. But as Ine was in labor progressed, but Ine was not progressing as the labor should be progressing. Something now happened. Ine realized that if she continues this way, she's going to cry from this labor, because labor does not just affect the baby, it also affects the woman who is carrying the baby. Now, Ine said, what can I do? Send the younger son, go and call your daddy. The daddy is still nowhere to be found. She carried a kitchen knife and she cut her belly open and brought out the baby, and that's how Ine's life was saved. If Ine had not done that, Ine would have probably died and the baby would have died also. So, cesarean section is also a form of delivery, but there are some reasons why your doctor might prescribe cesarean section for you, either to save your life or to save the baby's life. But before we go ahead, it's very simple. That red button that I know this is your fourth time watching this video, your fifth time, that red button, please click it now so that you can help us reach more people. As you are commenting, you are liking, you are just and then beside that red button you will see one bell. Click it so that anytime we this video like this, you first and see it. You don't have to be the one that they're always giving gist, especially health gist. You should be part of the people that see. Let's now go into it. What are some of the reasons why your doctor will prescribe cesarean section for you? Let's go. One of the reasons why your doctor will say it's time for you to do cesarean section is when labor is not progressing the way it's supposed to progress. Let's imagine that you want to start your kind of morning. It's very early, but rather than it's doing, sometimes it just happens that labor does not progress as it should. It's either because the gateman, which is the cervix at the end of the cervix, is not dilating as it should, or it's taking too long and the baby is already, something can happen. This can actually cause stress for both the mother and the baby, and you need to get the baby quickly as fast as possible. Something you can do is that you can just do for an immediate cesarean section and then you just take it out. Number 2 option, baby is in trouble. Now, one of the easiest ways to know if a baby is in trouble is when the doctors listen to the heart of that baby. In other words, we listen to the heart rate. It's called fetal heart rate. So if the heart rate is getting too high or too low, it's because we don't need to see beyond the skin. But once we just look at it and say, this baby's heart is beating too high, or it's not even beating at all, it can become irregular during labor. Something is wrong. For example, probably the baby is not getting enough oxygen. And rather than doing fasting and all those things, you need to get the baby as quickly as possible. The doctor will usually tell you, Omo, I think it is time for you to do a cesarean section so that we can bring this baby out. Another reason why your doctor might prescribe CS is when the baby is in an abnormal position. Now, usually, baby come with their head first, right? They dive outside. Yes, but it now happened that the baby is usually sideways or the baby is breech, and the doctors have realized that this baby will not be able to progress as quickly as possible, because this baby just think that rather than use the head, I think I'll just suffer everybody and come in my bum. No, it's called breech position. So if they try to turn, or there's a maneuver that doctors usually use to do in order to turn the baby to the correct position, if they try it and it does not work, Another reason why your doctor would also prescribe cesarean section for you is if you have multiple blessings. Now, let's say your blessings came in multiple. Like when you have more than one baby that is inside your womb. You can either have twins, you can have triplets, you can have quadruplets, you can have quintuplets, you can have sextuplets, you can have septuplets, you can have octuplets. You can see, yes. The reason I'm saying this thing because I need to remind you that I went to school sometimes. You just imagine that your baby is more than one. That's all we are just saying. Now, it's very highly that you're not going to deliver all those babies by normal delivery. They're going to use cesarean section just to ensure that everybody gets out safe and sound, because it's also stressful on the mother. Now, let's say that the placenta is what gives the baby the nutrient from the mother and is usually inside the womb. But the placenta now says, you know what, I'm going to block the gate. Nobody is going to pass here. Placenta is doing strong gate. What happens is that the baby cannot pass because placenta has blocked the gate. The only way out, if you push from now to tomorrow, you're only going to endanger your life. The safest option is a C-section where you make a cut and deliver the baby and then remove the placenta later. Now, another reason is that the mother of the baby has health issues. Yes, I know you guys are waiting for this one. Yes, because sometimes the mother is the one that's supposed to push the baby out. I think the mother already has health problems like heart disease, high blood pressure. Labor might be too risky, because if you go and push and the blood pressure continues to rise, you can either rupture a vessel or have a stroke or have seizures or something. Or the mother has an active genital infection. Let's say, there are some infections that once the baby is passing through, once the baby come in contact with that blood, especially from the vagina, the baby will get infected. Doing a cesarean section can actually help the baby avoid getting infected during delivery. Another reason is that there has been a cesarean section before. Let's just say that, so cesarean section has happened before, but now this is your second baby. It's also very possible that you might need to do another cesarean section. Sometimes it's even safer to do it. However, your doctors will need to access, because there's also something called VBA, vaginal birth after cesarean section. Sometimes it can happen, but your doctor has to assess. It's not just you. So please cooperate with your doctors, especially when it has to do with giving birth, because it's actually something that can happen. But the most important thing to understand is that cesarean sections is not an abomination. It's a life-saving delivery. It's not something that, if you don't do it, it's going to affect. The doctor don't just like doing cesarean section before. He say, and this doctor just like to they charge money. That's why the normal thing is supposed to come out, but he say, make you do cesarean section. No. However, you need to understand that there are risks involved. Infection can happen, bleeding can happen, a longer recovery time can happen, and it's a big deal. But your doctor will only do cesarean section if they have to. There's also another indication. If the person just says by themselves, me, I don't want to do vaginal delivery, I want to do cesarean section. That's also an option. But your doctor will weigh the pros and the cons, or the benefits and the risk, and decide which one is better for you. So now you have it. Cesarean section, big deal, but sometimes necessary. They save lives to protect mother and child from serious problems during delivery. But it's always about safety. Say it after me, always about safety. I know you've learned a lot from today's class. Yes, you have. I cannot even lie that you've not learned a lot today. You've been reading it before, but it refused to enter your head. Now it has entered your head and you can understand it. There's a share button. Share it to other people who you think can help. If there are pregnant women around you, share this to them so that they can also help. If there are some things that you think that I missed out, there's a comment section right there. Talk to me. Let me talk to you back. You people just like talking to yourself. No, talk to me. I will reply so that we can have the conversation and make another video that is better than this one. Something like this. Oh yeah, go to my page now, watch other videos. So they are here. Bye-bye, go watch another video. Thank you.